Looking to change up your workspace? Well, how does the Pura Vida lifestyle sound to you? Well, you're in luck because Costa Rica is offering a new year-long digital nomad visa. The law will enable qualifying foreign nationals to obtain a year-long visa, which is also extendable for an additional year. Now, the hope is that this initiative will entice remote workers to come live and work in the country. Imagine, for each international remote worker who stays on the visa, they actually estimate will contribute about $24,000 to the local economy. Now, if you add that up, that's a lot of money, and it could also translate into more jobs for Costa Ricans. The CDC just updated their guidance for cruising last week. Previously, they recommended that people who were not fully vaccinated to avoid travel on cruise ships worldwide. Now they are advising that travelers who are at increased risk for severe illness should avoid cruise ships altogether, regardless of vaccination status. Now, I, by the way, will be on my first cruise this week in Alaska on Uncruise, so be sure to follow along on my adventure and I'll share a little bit of what that experience is like. American Airlines has just announced that they will be extending its suspension of main cabin alcohol sales on domestic flights through at least January 18, 2022, aiming to avoid the continuation of an upward trend in unruly passenger behavior. Now, the expiration date was also chosen to coincide with this week's extension of the TSA's federal transportation mask mandate. Speaking of masks, now that the face mask mandate has been extended through January of 2022 by the federal government, it's no longer a question of wearing a face mask on some airlines, but the right face mask. Now, cloth masks became popular when the pandemic hit in the spring of last year, but from a medical standpoint, they might not be as protective as other masks. So this specific mask requirement is not actually a new concept. Many international airlines have had specific requirements, from Lufthansa requiring KN95s to Swissair, Croatia Airlines, and even Air France requiring surgical masks, which, by the way, I can confirm I actually had to change out my cloth mask to a surgical mask when I flew to Europe earlier this year on Air France. So there you have it. That's it for this week's travel industry updates. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.